So, you want to take the traditional path to fulfilling your book publishing dreams. You've heard all the stories of these first-time authors who get mid-six-figure, high six-figure, even seven-figure book deal. These examples blow away the notion that you have to have 1 million followers on social media or already be a prominent person in New York or London publishing to get a book deal. The traditional path to publishing involves a literary agent pitching your book to a major publishing house, or you sending an unsolicited submission to an independent publishing house that's willing to talk to aspiring authors like you directly. If your book is nonfiction, your best shot at getting a book deal is the book proposal, and I'll tell you how to create one in a few seconds. Welcome to the Entrepreneur's Wordsmith Show with Joshua Lisec. After having 2 novels published by an independent publishing house, I've helped entrepreneurs and thought leaders write, publish, and market their books. I've ghostwritten multiple international bestsellers. I'm Ohio's first and only certified ghostwriter, a TEDx speaker, and I'm the only ghostwriter on the planet to use writing analytics software to capture and recreate an author's authentic voice. Now that you know the man behind the t-shirt, let's talk book proposals. I love former HarperCollins publisher CEO Jane Friedman's definition of a book proposal. Book proposals are used to sell nonfiction books to publishers. A book proposal argues why your book idea is a saleable, marketable product. Instead of writing the entire book, then trying to interest an editor or agent, which is how it works with novels, you write the proposal first. Sounds simple enough, right? Well, if it was, wouldn't everybody be getting a book deal? And that ain't happening. So let's get back to what Jane said. Your book proposal argues why your book idea is a saleable, marketable product. And the fact is, most book proposals don't make a good argument for the book idea because the book just isn't good. It's not saleable or marketable. If you want to sharpen your book idea before you work on that proposal, check out my video, How to Find Ghostwriters to Help You Write a Bestseller. I talk about how to build your book idea on the 6 pillars of influential content, making your manuscript a saleable, marketable literary property. Okay, so let's assume you've got a solid book idea now. How do you create this book proposal thing and get your book deal? Got you covered. I hold my author clients by the hand and walk them through the 10 steps from book idea to book deal. If you're working with a publishing professional on your book, these are the 10 essential things you must do if you're going to have any chance at a book deal. Now, there's no guarantee here, but what you can do is tip the odds heavily in your favor and grab a literary agent's or publisher's attention. On to the first step, from book idea to publishing deal. The author uninterviews is where you have a casual, friendly conversation with a certified ghostwriter to get that book out of your head and onto the page. Well, not all of it. You only need a few sample chapters to include in your proposal. More on those in a minute. The second step, write an eyeball-grabbing overview. This very first section of your book proposal is akin to a direct response sales letter for your book. Now think about your book idea for a second. Got it? And let me ask you this question. Why should anyone care? Answer that question to get your overview started off on the right track. Next up, the third step, publishing insider market research. Now, who is your book for? Who's going to buy your book? Because the fact is, no matter how new or disruptive your idea is, the market that'll buy your book already exists. Now, that's a good thing. So state succinctly what your book categories are and move on to the next step, your book's competitive edge. You know all those other books that your future readers have already bought? Well, why is your book better? How is it different? What will readers find in your book that they love about existing books in your category? What do you write about that they haven't seen before? Put it all in this section of your book proposal. After that, you write your authorpreneur bio. When I got invited to speak at TEDx, what do you think was the first question the committee asked me? Why are you the best person to give this TEDx talk? Spin that question into the literary world. Why are you watching this video with me right now, why are you the absolute best person to write your book? Your answer to that question are the source material you need to write your epic authorpreneur bio. The next section of your book proposal is the perfect promotion plan. You can't just claim your book is marketable. You have to show your literary agent or your publisher exactly what you'll do to earn your advance and then some. In my opinion, this is the most overlooked section of a book proposal. You're not just an author, though. You're an authorpreneur. You're thinking of your book as if it's a product, which it is. So time to put that marketing strategist hat on, folks. Up next in your book proposal is the manuscript treasure map. Here, you lay out what golden nuggets of wisdom readers will find as they traverse through every chapter of your book. That's why you want to have something on paper before you start writing your book proposal. To get a book deal, you need more than a one-sentence pitch, or the log line as we call it. Your agent or your editor wants an idea of each chapter's content. This can be as simple as a detailed table of contents, like Dr. Helen Cara included in her academic book proposal, which landed her a book deal with Policy Press. And don't forget to include the X marks the spot, the actual date when you'll have your book ready to go. After the map comes the sui generis chapters. I was homeschooled from preschool through high school, so of course I learned many nerdy things, like classical Latin. Sui generis is Latin for unique. And that's exactly what you want an editor or an agent thinking as they read a few sample chapters from your book. Wow, I haven't seen this topic written about this way before. I want to see more of this. Give agents and editors that exact thought, and you'll hear back from your query letter. Oh yes, the query letter, the next step in the 10-step process. The ultimate query letter, also called a cover letter, is the dragnet pitch for a literary agent or editor to read your book proposal. Just the facts. Agents are busy people. Some receive thousands of book proposals and finish novels every single week. Many agents tell you exactly what book categories they're looking to represent right now. If you state in your subject line and in your email what your book is, they'll know in a split second whether they want to click it and open and read your amazing book proposal. One of my favorite resources to look up agents is agentquery.com, the internet's largest free database of literary agents. And that leads us to the 10th and final step. Your persuasive pitch. So you're sending the query letter to an agent or an independent publisher who's looking for books just like yours. What do you say? Again, these folks are busy. Simple is persuasive. Short is persuasive. Summarize your overview, highlighting every advantage your book has. Cynthia Shapiro is the author of Corporate Confidential, an international best-selling business book published by St. Martin's Press. Look at some of the emotional hooks she used in her successful query letter. A career advice book like no other. For the first time, revealed, raises the bar. Timely gem of a book. Will change the way people behave at work. In your query, you can also repurpose any relevant parts of your authorpreneur bio. Now, I said relevant. Literary agent Molly Cusick says, don't lead with your bio unless you're famous or already a bestseller. I don't need your life story. I just want to read your work. Of course, if you are well known in your industry, by all means mention it. For example, Linda Joy Myers, author of The Power of Memoir, published by Wiley, included this little section in her query letter. Endorsements. Brilliant. Social proof is marketing 101. And then after that, she teases that her book can be the first in a series. You can hear the cash register chiming in your head, if cash registers were still a thing. Now, you know it all goes into getting a book deal, or at least getting the book proposal done, which is what gets you the book deal. It all starts with that saleable, marketable book idea, though. If you're wondering if you can make your book idea even more viable, head on over to the Ultimate Book Idea Generator. 2 minutes from now, you'll have a book idea that can permanently establish your credibility in the industry and open new doors of influence for your business. Enjoy, and I'll see you next time.